Let's talk about the future, not flying cars, but smart homes. Our homes are filled with devices that listen, learn, and remember. Speakers, lights, thermostats, and yes, even fridges. We trust these digital helpers with our routines, our preferences, and our secrets. But every convenience comes with a cost. These devices see, hear, and record everything. We click, "I agree," without reading the fine print, trading privacy for convenience. But what happens when that trust is broken? When your smart fridge's data ends up in a courtroom? Suddenly, the device meant to help you could be used against you. Your private life is no longer just yours. It's stored on a server, accessible to others. This isn't science fiction. It's happening now. Meet Dana Lewis and her very smart fridge, a story that asks, how much privacy are we willing to trade for convenience? This isn't just about one woman or one fridge. It's about all of us, living in smart homes full of secrets. Let's pull back the curtain. Meet Dana Lewis, a graphic designer, caregiver, and the heart of her busy household. She juggles work, 2 teenagers, and her elderly father, George, who needs constant care. To manage it all, Dana turned her house into a smart home. Smart speakers set reminders, a security system keeps watch, and her gadgets help her stay organized. At the center, the IntelliFridge 5000. This fridge is more than a food box. It's a command center with cameras, a touchscreen, and 24/7 internet. It tracks every item, suggests recipes, and logs the family's eating habits. For Dana, it's a game changer, helping her manage George's strict diet and her kids' allergies. She trusts it completely, programming it with every detail of her family's needs. The fridge knows more about their health than anyone else. It's the silent witness to their daily lives, breakfasts, dinners, midnight snacks. Dana never imagined her helpful partner could one day become an accuser, but that's exactly what happened. The IntelliFridge 5000 wasn't just keeping food cold, it was collecting data. Every time someone opened the door, cameras scanned and logged every item. It tracked what was eaten, when, and by whom, building a detailed timeline of the family's habits. It cross-referenced food with dietary profiles, alerting Dana if something didn't fit George's health plan. The fridge also recorded every grocery purchase, brand preference, and responded with targeted ads. All this happened quietly in the background. Dana saw only the helpful reminders, not the massive digital diary being created. She didn't think about where the data was stored or who might access it. The fridge was writing a minute-by-minute record of their most intimate routines. Every meal, every snack, every drink, stored in the cloud, waiting to be read. The family's private life was now a data set, and soon that data would become evidence. The fridge knew everything. Life in the Lewis home was busy, until things went wrong. George, already frail, grew weaker and more confused. Doctors adjusted his medication, but his health kept declining. Soon, Dana and her daughter felt sick too. Headaches, fatigue, stomach cramps. Tests revealed nothing conclusive and fear set in. George was hospitalized as his condition became critical. Doctors began to suspect something in the home. An environmental toxin, maybe something in the food or water. Public health officials found no mold or gas leaks, so they called the police. The investigation turned inward, focusing on the family's daily life. Was someone harming the family? Or was something in the home to blame? The search for answers led investigators to the smartest member of the household, the fridge. The device that managed their meals was about to become the center of a criminal investigation. The family's secrets were about to be revealed. The police searched for clues, interviewing family, checking for toxins, but found nothing. With no leads, a detective noticed the IntelliFridge 5000 and realized it might hold vital data. What if the fridge's logs could reveal what the family had eaten before the illness? The police sought a search warrant, not for the house, but for the fridge's data. Convincing a judge was tough. This was new legal ground. But the argument was simple. The fridge's records might explain the sickness. The judge agreed, and the manufacturer was ordered to hand over all data. inventory logs, grocery history, timestamps, dietary profiles. For the first time, law enforcement entered a family's kitchen by scrolling through a spreadsheet. The digital ghost of the Lewis family's life was now in police hands. The fridge's data would become the key to the case. The investigation had entered a new era, one where your appliances could testify against you. The search for truth was now a search through data, and the fridge was about to speak. Investigators now had a mountain of fridge data to analyze. Digital forensics synced the logs with the family's medical records, searching for patterns. At first, everything looked normal: healthy meals, careful management. But then they found something odd. A supplement, harmless in small doses, was being added to George's food multiple times a day. In high doses, it could be toxic, causing the exact symptoms George suffered. The logs showed the supplement was only added to George's meals, always from a container in the fridge. The data provided the what and the when, down to the minute. The pattern pointed to intentional overdosing, and the timestamps matched Dana's meal prep times. The fridge's digital breadcrumbs led investigators to a shocking conclusion. Dana, the devoted caregiver, became the prime suspect in her father's poisoning. The smart fridge had turned from helper to accuser. The evidence was data, cold, precise, and damning. The case was about to go to court. In court, the star witness wasn't a person, it was the fridge. Prosecutors used its data logs as key evidence, arguing the fridge was an unbiased observer. The defense called it a massive invasion of privacy. Dana never consented to her kitchen being a source of criminal evidence. Using intimate home data set a dangerous precedent. If police could access your fridge, what about your thermostat or robot vacuum? The court faced new questions. How reliable is smart device data? Can it be hacked? Do we have a right to privacy in our own homes? The jury had to weigh data-driven facts against the presumption of innocence. The fridge showed a pattern, but not intent or motive. The case put the very concept of home and privacy on trial. Where does private life end and public evidence begin in the age of smart homes? The answer would shape the future for everyone. This case exposed a deeper issue: how technology turns domestic work, often done by women, into surveillance. Dana, the primary caregiver, relied on the fridge to help her manage her family's health. But the tool meant to ease her burden became a tool of scrutiny. Every meal, every act of care was recorded and judged. The private work of caregiving became public evidence. Did Dana truly consent to this level of monitoring when she clicked, "I agree"? Most people don't read the fine print, and even if they do, it's confusing. For caregivers, the stakes are higher. Smart devices collect data about health, routines, and family life. When law enforcement uses that data, the caregiver is put under a powerful microscope. The promise of a helpful smart home can quickly become a reality of constant surveillance. So, what's the lesson from Dana Lewis and her all-knowing fridge? Our smart devices are more than tools. They're silent witnesses to our lives. The convenience they offer comes at the cost of privacy. The line between public and private is blurring, and our homes are no longer sanctuaries. Law enforcement wants access to any data that could solve a crime, but at what cost? This isn't an argument against technology, but a call for awareness and better laws. We need transparency from tech companies and clear digital privacy rights. We can't just click, "I agree," and hope for the best. The stakes are too high for all of us. Whether you're a caregiver, a student, or just someone with a smart toaster, this affects you. We need a conversation about the rules of this new world. If we don't act, our most intimate details may no longer be our own. And it could all start with a fridge that knows too much.